We begin with sad news today, and I hate beginning with sad news, but we've got to start talking about Alan Arkin, who died in the last couple of days at his home in Carlsbad in Southern California, 89 years old, just an absolute legend. There was one of those weird Twitter things that happened where his death was reported and then it was reported to be a hoax, but no, it is indeed the sad true news that he has died. Just when I think of Alan Arkin, I think about what authenticity he brought to every role and just incredible range, whether it was comedy, whether it was drama. He won an Oscar in the last, decade or so. When was Little Miss Sunshine?
Everything is last week or 10 years ago, but yeah,
right?
Relatively recently, let's say.
He won for Little Miss Sunshine, nominated for Argo as well. And I just think he could do everything. And when he showed up on screen, he brought like depth and truth and heft to every role. So I'm really bummed about this.
Yeah, he could be like, dryly hilarious, but like go back and watch Wait Until Dark. He's fucking terrifying as the guy who was stalking a blind Audrey Hepburn. Actually, years ago in Dallas, when I worked at the film festival, the USA Film Festival, we did a tribute to Audrey Hepburn, and a lot of her co-stars sort of sent in these memories, and his was like, again, I'm so sorry. Because he's so like monstrous in that movie, but it's really effective. He also directed what a lot of people consider to be a really great kind of underseen 70s cult film, the comedy Little Murders, that was written by Jules Feiffer and stars Elliot Gould. It is, of course, currently not streaming, in a mainstream way, but it's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. No, it 7 decades of work, just incredible longevity and just a force. And so very, very sad. Alan Arkin died at 89. And then Julian Sands' remains were found.
Yeah.
He went hiking in January and disappeared on Mount Baldy here in Southern California. And people searched for a long time and could not find anything. And now, after the snow has all melted, his remains were indeed discovered in the past week. And that is just so sad because he was such an avid outdoorsman and hiker. And he talked very poetically about how he felt truly happy and at peace when he was in nature. So it's just sad that that's how he happened to die as well.
Yeah, another really versatile actor and terrific performer.
So very sad about Julian Sands
anybody
as well.
Who could put out Warlock and Room with a View within a few years, it's like, all right, you cover the waterfront, sir.
Yeah, he had kind of like an intimidating, kind of fearsome presence, but there's also something kind of, I don't know, androgynous and like ethereal about him sometimes too.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
He could do all of that. Thank you. Yes. We have some exciting news about Turner Classic Movies. We talked recently about how, the staff had been cut and Spielberg and Scorsese and Paul Thomas Anderson were on a phone call with David Zaslav, the head of Warner Discovery.
WBD.
What is it?
Warner
I
Brothers
keep wanting
Discovery.
to call it. It's not WMD, no. But anyway, he's the guy who's getting all this stuff.
Yeah.
So now it turns out that the three of them, these three legendary directors, are going to help curate and keep TCM alive, and very importantly as well, Charlie Tabesh, who was longtime head of programming, will be able to stay on.
Yes, that is the best news out of all of this. I still worry about the staff of 90 that is now a staff of 20 because, those ideas don't just manifest themselves as television programming. There's a lot of chasing down of rights and of clearances and getting to be able to broadcast this stuff. And then there's the, in addition, there's the curation element, but there's also the sort of like the writing that goes into the intros and outros, that goes into the website and all of that kind of stuff. So definitely a step in the right direction to have Charlie Tabesh back. But I really hope that they do some ungutting of the large staff that was necessary to make TCM be TCM.
Indeed. This is a good step, though, and, providing hope to film lovers here for sure. Some big casting news. David Corenswet has been cast as Superman, and Rachel Brosnahan will be Lois Lane in the James Gunn Superman Legacy, which is due out in 2025.
Right.
Henry Cavill, if you recall, was Superman for many years and was let go when James Gunn took over. He was let go, and now they've hired somebody who looks exactly like Henry Cavill. I gotta say though, it's good casting, at least from an aesthetic perspective. Like David Corenswet, 6'4", dark hair, blue eyes, square jaw. He looks like freaking Superman and has talked for years about how he'd love that role.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to do the superhero car wash, to really, fill those tights. But I mean, yeah, I mainly remember him as the projectionist in
Pearl.
Pearl, thank you.
He is.
But yeah, he's great. And look, Rachel Brosnahan is terrific. I am curious to see if they are hiring her to be Mrs. Maisel again, but as Lois Lane, the sort of like, wisecracking girl journalist,
Right.
I don't know what era this is meant to be taking place in, but, she does contain multitudes. Go check out, if you've never saw her Amazon Prime movie, the title of it just flew out of my head, as these things do.
I forgot to.
I'm an old man. Julia Hart directed it.
It took place in the 70s.
I'm Your Woman.
Yes. You guys are all yelling at the screen. Come on.
Yes.
We all knew this. David Corenswet, also, speaking of romantic comedies, David Corenswet was in Look Both Ways, this Netflix romantic comedy that we talked about, where Lily Reinhart thinks she's pregnant. Her life splits in two directions, and he's the hunky guy that she dates if she goes to Los Angeles to pursue her dreams.
Yes, the Winuri Kahiu movie. I remember that now. Yes.
Yes. So we talked about that. So we will follow that as that goes along. Hey, we got to remind you, if you've not checked out our Table for One offering, this is a really cool thing that we do here. We've had so much fun doing it. Basically, you get to review a movie with us. You pick a movie, we watch it, and then we all meet up here in Riverside and we talk about it. And we do it on video, and you get the video to keep. And it's been so much fun. We've done dozens of these, and people have chosen stuff that we've never heard of sometimes.
Let alone reviewed.
Right. So it's been a joy to get to know folks better and talk to you about the movies that you love as well. So we have details in the link in the description about how to find out more about that. We are booking through late summer into the fall, so come and hang out with us. We will enjoy that.
Right this way, your table's waiting.
Indeed. Okay, Ryan Seacrest is taking over as Wheel of Fortune host. So dumb. I hate this choice. It's so safe.
It's kind of perfect, though, because, I mean, think about it. You're going to get somebody edgy to do Wheel of Fortune? I don't think so. I
want edgy. I want, yes, dark humor.
No, you're going to get that. That's what you get at, like, I don't know, the primetime match game, if that comes back, because I'm sure it probably won't be Alec Baldwin anymore. But no, Wheel of Fortune, this is the play. So yeah, I get it, and I think they know exactly what they're doing.
I mean, yes, and he knows how to do this, and he can just walk in, and he's like plug and play, and it's very easy for Ryan Seacrest to come and take over.
He also had 15 minutes a day that weren't already being taken up by other jobs, and so he needed to...
That's the thing. He has too many jobs, and then he's no longer doing live with Kelly and Ryan, but he now has another job to take over that sixth job. Anyway, it's crazy. And then and also in this reporting about Wheel of Fortune, we are seeing that Vanna White has not had a raise in 18 years.
What?
Right? Pat Sajak was making 5 times what she was making. She was making $3 million a year on Wheel of Fortune, and Pat made 5 times that. He made $15 million a year. And Ryan Seacrest is going to get $28 million to do this effing job.
Well,
is that crazy?
Is Vanna still going to be doing it?
No one needs that much money. Yeah, supposedly they are in talks with her, and they really want to bring Vanna back.
Well, A, don't take me down that road. B, yes, pay Vanna more, for gosh sakes. I want to buy an O so I can
pay
go,
Vanna.
boo.
She's a treasure.
Yeah.
Vanna's a treasure. The trailer for Dune Part 2 is out.
I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis.
Okay.
It looks terrifying. It looks really chilling, and I know you didn't love the first Dune, but...
Didn't, but you know what? I'll be seeing this one in a theater, so who knows?
Oh, did you not see the first one that you were at that screening we all went to?
No, I watched it on HBO Max. We discussed this at the time.
Well, yeah, this is a thing that's got to be seen. I don't remember. My brain's a sieve, but like
yes.
It's going to be a thing you got to see and like experience like the sound design of it all.
Sure.
So that'll be out in November 3rd. That will be out. So we will definitely be reviewing that one that comes out. And then happy to hear that Madonna is back home after being rushed to the hospital with a bacterial infection.
Yes, that was
but she had to cancel her celebration, to postpone her celebration tour.
Right. Which I'm sure will still be happening, as scheduled, but and they'll be explaining to everybody, here's what you do with your ticket, then here's the new date, then yada yada. But no, that was by the time I heard about this story, she was already like in stable condition. So it was like, phew. But yeah, that was,
Yeah.
I'm sure people were holding their breath there for a second.
Best wishes for healing Madonna. Madonna can't die. She's got to go tour the world.
Especially not during Pride Month.